The day I stopped being a kid. People talk about childhood like it's this golden time you always look back on with a smile. I don't. For me, childhood was walking on eggshells. It was learning to read moods the way other kids learn to read books. It was silence, broken by yelling. It was fear that came and went with the sound of a key in the front door. My dad was an alcoholic, and an addict, and angry. He wasn't always that way. I've seen the pictures. Him holding me as a baby, smiling like he actually wanted to be a father. But by the time I turned 7, all I knew was the version of him that came home drunk, stinking of cheap liquor, with eyes that didn't recognize me or my mom. He didn't hit me, not directly, but I watched what he did to her. A shove, a slap, words that made her curl into herself, smaller and smaller, until some days she barely spoke at all. She'd make excuses. He's just tired, or he had a rough day. But her bruises didn't come from stress, and I knew it. One night, when I was 10, I saw him throw a plate at the wall. It missed her head by inches. I was standing in the hallway, frozen, holding a book I'd been reading. He saw me, stared at me for a second like I was some stranger in his house, then turned and left, slamming the door behind him. That was the night I started planning. Not revenge, just escape. I started keeping a notebook. I wrote down every time he came home drunk, every time he screamed, every time she cried in the bathroom with the faucet running so I wouldn't hear. I started hiding a phone under my bed. I read about shelters, about restraining orders. I didn't tell anyone at school. I didn't want to be taken away. I just wanted her to be safe.